You'll find a Mets fan. Let's go. This is a Mets year. For all your Mets here, let's go. Bring it home. Bring it home. Bring it home
exciting, thrilling, awesome. Let's take a look.
What's up, Met fans? Welcome back to Talking Mets here, Rob, and another and final Mets Talk Live of the offseason. And now, 3 days from opening day 2023 for the New York Mets in Miami, Florida, playing 4 games against the Miami Marlins. And we got a couple of stories and a couple of news breaks earlier today regarding the best news possible for our New York Mets. Probably the biggest story in history. We also have another story regarding the rotation, and we have one more story regarding the other possible pitcher for this rotation. And we're going to get started with the best news in New York Mets history, and that is, ladies and gentlemen, Darin Ruf is DFA'd by the New York Mets. Finally, it has happened. To quote Gary Cohen, finally, Darin Ruf is off this team. It should have been long coming. This shouldn't have been much of an issue. I know the Buck quote that it was the toughest time he had to tell a player that he was getting DFA'd. I mean, could we be honest here? I know Buck's a genuine guy, and I probably understand that it's not easy to say to a veteran, hey, you're getting DFA'd, but let's be honest, he did not deserve to be on this opening day roster. And I don't care who you traded for. I don't care what type of chance you already got or lack thereof, but let's be honest, he was basically no-show the entire time the Mets got him. And when you trade one of your DHs that were on your team last year in J.D. Davis amongst 3 other prospects, well, Eppler didn't want egg on his face, but Eppler had no choice but to do this with Darin Ruf. And the reason, because, one, the game is in Miami. There's going to be about 20 to 30,000, probably 20 to 25, 20,000 Met fans easily going to Miami every game, and specifically opening day, when the opening ceremonies happen, when the lineups are when the players get announced, Darin Ruf is going to get mercifully booed in Miami. And it's a road game, so we can't even, it's not like it's a road game in, I don't know, San Francisco. And you probably don't have to worry about thousands and thousands of Met fans. It happens to be in Miami, where there's a lot of transplants. A lot of people are traveling, including myself. he's going to get mercifully booed. And if he starts the season out going 1 for 10 before opening day in Citi Field, guess what? They're going to boo him again for the opening ceremonies at Citi Field. You can't have that. He's already emotionally scarred from last year, getting booed mercifully last year by Mets fans. And you can't have this again, especially with Met fans being excited about the season and just being pumped and ready for the season, and you can't have that. And the one thing that I'm a little bit annoyed with when it comes to the DFA of Darin Ruf, not because he's DFA'd, thank God for that. The problem was that Vientos or Beatty, but more Vientos, should have been on this roster to be the right-handed DH to platoon with Daniel Vogelbach. And I still understand why people are upset about Brett Beatty, but the writing was on the wall, and I told you this many, many times. It's not going to be easy for Brett Beatty to make this team because of the playing time or lack thereof, because the Mets have shown you over the last couple of years, including with Steve Cohen, with Buck Showalter, and Billy Eppler last year, what it was. They like to play their veterans, and maybe that was a detriment to them last year because they took so long to bring the kids up. But I have no problem giving Escobar a chance to prove that he was at least 90% of what he was in September, because I do think Escobar is going to be fine. I think Escobar can easily hit 25 home runs, and that is 5 home runs more than last year, and the power we need. And let's be honest, guys, we don't know what Brett Beatty, what Mark Vientos, what Francisco Alvarez are going to do at the big league level. Just because we saw a small sample size doesn't mean that they're going to be good. Doesn't mean that they had a great spring that they're going to be good in the season, right? If you're a Mets fan, which most of you are, Butch Husky, the guy hit about like 700 in spring training, and he was an average, probably below average player with the New York Mets. All right, we can go hundreds of names, but I heard somebody bring that up during in WFAN overnights about Butch Husky, and it made total sense. He was a guy who raked in spring training and was just absolutely insane in spring training. And when he got to play during the season, he was not even a quarter of what he was in spring training. And that is something that we have to take that into consideration, right? The Mets are trying to win a championship here. It's not like there's a rule where if you don't bring those guys up on opening day, these guys can't come up the rest of the season. These guys, specifically Beatty and Vientos, are going to come up at some point during the season to help this team contend for a division, for a World Series, for a playoff spot, all that fun stuff. It's not like they're not going to come up at some point. They will. Injuries, lack of playing time, like the way, like if Escobar is struggling or whoever they decide to put as the right-hander DH is struggling. And that is something that you just have to take a step back and realize what the Mets are doing here. The Mets are trying to win a championship. And right now, if you're trying to win a championship, you can't just throw in a young kid and say, all right, here you go. Here's the starting job. Even though, let's be honest, if you're going to go on a competition with the Mets, never said it was a competition, right? They never said, oh, Brett Beatty is in competition with Escobar for third base. They never said that. So for people who are clamoring, oh, the Mets screwed this up, he clearly outperformed Escobar. Well, what if Escobar had about another week and a half if there was no WBC? Maybe he would have been looking good coming out of that, but he wasn't, right? They're going with the veterans, and I'm not necessarily upset about the Brett Beatty situation. I'm more upset of the fact that, okay, Tim LoCastro got that roster spot over Darin Ruf. Okay, I'm okay with that. I think LoCastro is going to be a really good player for the bench. He can play all 3 outfield positions. He's got tremendous speed. I do think the New York Mets are going to take it easy with Brandon Nimmo, and don't be surprised if opening day you will see LoCastro in center field to protect Nimmo's knee and ankle, at least for the first couple of games. So they might DH Brandon Nimmo And also, depending on who's going to be the right-handed DH or the DH at that point, you can choose from many players. But it is also possible that I think that LoCastro is going to be a huge part of this team. He's going to be similar to – I don't really know who I can say that Tim LoCastro could be similar then, but he's a Swiss Army knife. And with the new rules with the bases and all that fun stuff, it is important to realize the fact that LoCastro is clearly going to be more productive no matter if it's just defense. Even if the offense is terrible, just defense, he's already an upgrade over Darin Ruff. And I do think because we got a guy like Nimmo who is still making sure that knee and ankle are healthy, you also have Marte out there who you also want to keep healthy, and LoCastro can be a big part of that. So, once again, the issue that I have here is that when Darin Ruff got DFA, LoCastro took his spot. Fine. I think Vientos should have got that nod also on the roster. So we know we have, because right now we really don't have a right-handed DH for lefties. Like, we really don't. Tommy Pham? That's what they're going to do? Are they going to put Escobar as the right-handed DH and put Guillermo in at third base when there's a lefty on the mound? That's something the Mets can do as well. So we're going to get into more things. We're going to get into the setup of the rotation, which is a rotation that was put out on Twitter earlier today that I absolutely love the way Buck Showalter put this rotation together. And we're going to talk about that in a second. And also another pitcher that was also in the running for a spot in the rotation. We're going to talk about that as well. And of course, what everybody was talking about in the chat was the giveaway, and we'll get to that. I put on a community page a poll of what would people want to have the giveaway be. It was a Mets hat of your choice. It was a player shirt of your choice, and it was also a bobblehead from my collection. And the T-shirt before I went live was still winning by a decent amount. So I'm gonna give it until I would say tomorrow, the end of tomorrow, to see which one wins. And what we're going to do starting tomorrow. You know what? Let's do it this way. Let's start today. So today is the start of the giveaway, right? This giveaway, whatever it might be at the time, you got to enter to win. Members of the channel, you don't have to do anything, right? You pay a subscription every month to get custom emojis, get perks, get videos that I post early before it goes public. You get we're going to be doing live streams throughout the season. Once a week, I'm going to set up a day for everybody to see which members which day is best for majority of the members, so I can go live with you guys. We can talk Mets baseball just amongst ourselves. So members, you don't have to do anything. You're automatically in the running and an entry to win that giveaway. So you automatically get two entries to the giveaway. Everybody else who are subscribers, there is a $5 entry fee starting right now. You can do it from any moment, and you can also donate on a video that is not live. So you can donate to the channel. All you got to do is a $5 donation, which is through a super chat, or any way you want to donate to the channel. $5 is the one entry. You can do it as many times as you want. Once again, I told this story many times. There was a guy that that got 10 entries. He put $50 donation to the channel. That's 10 entries. And he actually won, and it was a mystery box with a whole bunch of Met stuff that I sent to him I think it was during the offseason, if I'm not mistaken. So starting from now, all you got to do is give a $5 entry fee, and you can give as many entries as you want. Every $5 you give is an extra entry, and I have my paper right here in front of me. I'm going to write everybody's name down and how many entries you have starting from now all the way until opening day. So it'll be today, which is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And Thursday won't be it because obviously opening day is Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you have every opportunity for a Mets live, for during a live stream or a video to donate to the channel. So once again, $5 is the entry to get in the running for the giveaway. And if you haven't been on the channel before and know how I do giveaways, I have a spinning wheel with everybody's name on it and as many entry as you have. And I spin it. I put up the video on my community page and I post the video, and whoever wins is the winner of the giveaway. And then I get your information. I tell you how in the video, I tell you how to respond to the video, and you'll have a conversation. I'll put my email on the bottom pinned of that video, so you can email me your information. So obviously I can send you whatever it is, and I'll let you know whatever if it's the player t-shirt, I will want to know obviously which one do you want. So that's where we're at right now. So once again, guys, I'm gonna put it on as a banner here. Give me a second. All right. Alrighty, guys. So there we go. So Thursday morning, right? I'm gonna have by Wednesday night. I'm going to have the all the entries in by Thursday night. By Thursday, I would say about 7 o'clock at night. So you got today, Tuesday, and Wednesday to do your entries, and you'll have the opportunity to be in the running for the giveaway. And when you do that, I will post a video Thursday morning for the free giveaway. For the giveaway that you will get if you win. So you'll know once that video goes up on Thursday morning, on Thursday, which is obviously open today. I'll do it in the morning so everybody can check out the video throughout the day. And, they can check it before the game, after the game, and all that fun stuff. And then in the video, I'll explain to you how you get in touch with me so I can get your information and what, if it's the player t-shirt, what name you want on the t-shirt, and we go from there. Okay, I got you, Jake. All right, Jake, just give me 1 second. Let me see. So should I possibly do like a Venmo or Cash App for some people? Because I know last time some people wanted to do Venmo and stuff like that. If you want to do it that way, that's up to you. Again, there's really no other way to actually do it other than that, unfortunately, with the channel. But I'll think about it throughout the day, throughout the hour, so we can get started. So let's say what up to everybody in the stream. Don't forget, guys, hit on that like button if you're new to the channel. Hit on that. If you're new to the channel and you just subscribe to the channel, say what's up. Do not be shy. I do not care if you're a Mets fan. It's always fun when you get fans of other teams because there is more conversation to be had amongst other teams. Unfortunately, I try to get a Phillies YouTuber and a Braves YouTuber. I'm still working on that, but again, they're extremely busy during this time, and it's hard to jump on for at least an hour to talk NL East, but I am still trying. I'm going to try one more time to get a couple of people that I'm going to try to get in touch with because I want everybody's perspective from the three big teams in the NL East, the Mets, the Phillies, and the Braves. All right, guys, so let's say what up to everybody in the stream. All right, we got Jake. What's up? We got Joseph, a member of Talking Mets. We got Ken, of course. We got Joe. What's up? We got Grant, a member of Talking Mets. We got Dominic. How you doing? We have Sean, a member of Talking Mets. We got Michael Lewis. How you doing, guys? We got Eric. Eric, yeah, Darin's very picky with his hats, buddy. Roberto, a member of Talking Mets at Rob, and I believe, let's see, we got Rocky, what's up? We got Mike. Well, Mike, I don't disagree with you on that one, to be honest with you, and I'll put that comment up in a second. Let me just see if I missed anybody. It looks like, let's see, MTA, what's up, buddy? A member of Talking Mets at Rob. Rich, member of Talking Mets with Rob. How you doing, buddy? Eric with the irresistible chicken sandwich. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. I was speaking to one of my friends who's a big Philly fan. I don't know what the hell with that is, and it's kind of like Kendall, a member of Talking Mets with Rob. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ready for the season as well. And members, I see a lot of members here already. That's great. I'm very excited that a lot of members are here today because the giveaway is going to happen very, very soon. As of tonight, at the end of the day, whatever wins on the poll, either a player T-shirt, obviously any player's name you want. I have a Mets hat, any Mets hat you want, or a bobblehead from my collection that I would send to you. That was sent to the winner. The T-shirt, the player T-shirt is winning right now. So if you want that to change, get on that community page and vote on that poll for it. So, but right now the player T-shirt is winning. And of course, don't worry, guys. Even though I say a T-shirt, I always throw extra stuff in there. I ordered some channel logo, which you see behind me here. I have magnets that I ordered, stickers that I ordered. So you're going to get probably 1 or 2 magnets in the box as well with a couple of channel stickers. And the best thing to do with some channel stickers is post them around your neighborhood or people where you go and, where you're around and there's Met fans. Say what's up to the channel. When I go to Miami, I'm going to be networking, right? I'm going to be giving out channel stickers. I'm going to be giving out all that crazy stuff so people know more and more about the channel. And I will be doing a live stream during the opening ceremonies in Miami. Again, the big thing is I spoke to the Marlins, customer service and salespeople and all that fun stuff. They said that there is Wi-Fi inside the stadium for public use. Let's hope so, because I want the clearest possible live stream for the opening ceremonies. We got the 7 line got great seats. We're a little bit down the right field's line. In I believe give me 1 second, guys. I want to check the ticket. I got the ticket with me. And you know what? Let me bring this up right now. How about this? Since I actually have an extra ticket for opening day and an extra T-shirt with the 7 Line Army. If you want it, Darin of the 7 Line Army only wants me to sell it or give it to a Mets fan. So that's important. Obviously, you got to be a Mets fan, which obviously I'm not gonna be sitting next to somebody that's not a Mets fan because we got problems. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. So, so I'm in section 3. Not sure where that is. Let me pull that up really quick. I know some of you might have been in Mullins Park before. I have not, and I just got the group chat from everybody. Hold on. Loan Depot Park. All right. Seating chart. Oh boy. All righty. Let's see. Section 3. I think that's down the right field. Yes, it is. All right. So I'm in section 3. So section 3 is down the right field. Down the right field line. So there you go. So we're like we're past the dugouts. And that's where I am. So I'll be in section 3. So I'm more towards the right field wall, but in foul territory on the right field wall. So there you go. All right, Rich, I hope so. All right, so that's where I'm going to be. So once again, guys, what row? The row is in section 3, row J, and seat 3 and 4. Again, if you're going to the game on opening day, don't be shy. Okay, if you see me, please stop me. And have a conversation. Again, if it's during the game, you know how quick the game's gonna go because of the pitch clock. I gotta get my food early, get my drinks early, and then go from there because I don't want to miss 3 innings. Standing on a concession line. So before the game, I'll be in lot 3 with the 7 Line Army tailgating early in the morning. I'm probably gonna be there around 9:30 in the morning. So, sorry, not 9:30 in the morning. Excuse me, that's way too early. About 10:30 in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning, we're going to be tailgating in lot E or lot 3, lot E, one of those. I'll let you know. I'll keep you guys posted on that. You can say what's up there. I will be with people. There's people staying in my hotel. There is, if you're in Florida, if you're on Ken, you might want to go to this since you're there's a Mets event. It's not from the Mets itself, but a fan base in Miami, or at least in Hollywood, Florida. They're setting up a Mets like pre-game party on Wednesday. And let me get the details in a second. Let me just tell you what it said. One of my friends was telling me this. There we go. Let me just check that out. Here we go. Here we go. Welcome, South Florida, New York Mets fan. Baseball Season Rally 2023, Wednesday, March 29th. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Hollywood. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Terrace Ballroom. Celebrate the kickoff of the MLB season with the fellow New York Mets fans the night before opening day. New York Mets Baseball Season Rally 2023. Appearances by former New York Mets great Keith Hernandez, Roger McDowell, and Mookie Wilson. Tailgated inspired food for purchase. Live entertainment and much, much more. Enter for your chance to win 2 tickets in New York Mets vs. Marlins series September 18th to the 20th. Includes 3-night hotel stay. Must be a unit by a Hard Rock member to participate. All right, guys, so there you go. So there's no fee to walk in there. The food is to pay for. But again, the Hard Rock Hotel in Hollywood, Florida, it is from 7 to 9 inside the Terrace Ballroom. So there you go. If you're in Florida, or you're going to the game, or you're going to be in that area, hang out over there 7 to 9. I already know people that are going there. And once again, guys, if you're not going to open the day and you live in the area or you want to know, let me know, guys. I got 2 tickets right here. All right, you'll be sitting next to me. All right, so let me know. Again, the purchase of the ticket comes with the 7-Line Army T-shirt. Right, I'll show you that as well if you haven't seen it yet. Obviously, we're going with the different type of colors. Let me just get the shirt. Alrighty, guys. So this is what it looks like. Queens South, and it says 7-Line Army takes Miami. Opening day 2023, and it's with the Mets. And that is it right there. That is the shirt you will be getting with the ticket. So the ticket and the shirt, I'm going to find out right now exactly what it's face value. I'm not trying to, rob somebody blind. I never do that. Anytime I sell a 7-Line ticket, either at Citi Field or on the road, I always sell it for what I paid for it. I never try to break anybody's pockets or anything like that. But let me just check for 1 second. I just gotta go into the 7-Line website to get them to my account because I don't remember how much it was. I mean, it's opening day. I think it was more than $60, but let me check. Before I say anything, let me just make sure I know what the hell I'm talking about, because I don't want to get the price wrong, because I feel bad if I, charge you more than it's just wrong. I don't want to do that. Let me just sign in really quick. All right. Let's see. I think it's this one. Yes. All right. So the ticket and the shirt was $70. I don't know if I can pull it up. Let me just not put my address. That would be interesting. So there you go right there, guys. It's the 7-Line Army. There you go. Looks like that. See, opening day right there. There you go. So $70. Yeah, they were $70. So once again, guys, yeah, barman, please. And like I said, the thing is, I can't mail it to you because you won't get there in time. So again, if barman, I don't know where you said West Palm Beach. So you're a little bit up, a little bit further. Oh, not that. You're further south. So you're not too far from there. Again, yes, Ken, I am field level. So just so you know, let me know. Like I said, if you want to run me to cash, if you want to bring cash with you and meet me at the tailgate prior to the game at the 7-Line tailgate, I'll give you all the information. If you want to get in touch with me through Instagram, you can do that. And again, oh yeah, see, that's the problem, Barman. That's the only thing, because like if I mail it to you, it won't get there probably by the time, even if I, like expedite it, there's no guarantee it's going to be there, because the way the post office or FedEx or UPS is, it says, one day and it comes Thursday. And if you're coming from work, how are you going to, what I'm saying? So that's a problem, unfortunately. You're in the West Palm area. I am flying into Miami, and I'm not renting a car because I'm going to be in the middle of everything. So there's no point in me renting a car. So that kind of sucks. Shit. I feel bad, because I have no problem, working it out with you in some way. But if you can still, if you're working, if you can get down there early, I will have the shirt and ticket on me. But I'm not gonna lie, if you can't come in time, there's probably somebody that is not with the 7-Line Army looking for a ticket and want to sit with the 7-Line, and they'll buy the ticket and the shirt. So I'm not going to deny them that, since it's right there. So again, I've been asking around. Almost everybody has tickets. So yeah, a lot of, but we'll see. And again, it's here. Like I said, 2 of them with the shirt, so we'll be ready to go. Yeah, no problem, Barman. I wish I could have helped you out on it. Like I said, if I would have had if I would have rented a car, I would have drove to your destination where you're working or whatever. Because I fly in on Wednesday, and I can always drove by your job or wherever you wanted to meet to pick up the shirt and the ticket. It wouldn't have been a big deal at all. I wouldn't have cared about that. But unfortunately, I mean, well, you know what? Hey, how about this, Barman? I fly in on Wednesday. I get there about 2:30 in the afternoon. Are you available to be around? See, I'm not driving. That's the problem. I don't want nobody to drive. I don't know how far West Palm is to the Miami International or downtown Miami, but yeah, I'm gonna Uber it from my hotel room to the ballpark. Because yeah, Barman, please, and I'll keep you posted if I sold a ticket, because I don't want you to make the trip for no reason. Oh yeah, I'm gonna Uber. Like I said, I'm gonna be most of the time. Like, we always know people that are staying downtown Miami or South Beach. So usually I'm gonna stay out most of the day or around there. So it's not like I'm going to, just to stick in a hotel, because I'm staying by the airport. Because what's the point of me, why spend extra money on Uber when, hey, I can just go right to the airport, and the airport shuttle is right there. So it's simple. Oh, you're working Boca. Yeah, it is right down the line. All right. So once again, guys, $5 entry fee for the giveaway. At the moment, the player's shirt is winning on the poll on my community page. By the end of the day today, whatever giveaway wins is what I'll be giving away. So once again, $5 entry fee. You can have as many entry as you want. Just keep on giving $5 and you're good to go. And that's where we'll be at right now. And I'll write your names down. And again, if you give a $5 entry fee today, and tomorrow during a live stream or my video, you also donate to the channel, that's extra. So I'll keep your name posted right here. I got my paper right here. D Garcia, I don't have any extra opening day tickets at Citi Field. If I come across any, and if I get one, maybe I'll do a really cool giveaway with that. But at the moment, I don't have an extra ticket. The 2 tickets that I have the other person going. Again, this was last minute, so the person that was going to go last minute couldn't go, and I got stuck with an extra ticket. And it's not easy to tell somebody, hey, you want to fly to Florida and get a hotel room? And here you get a ticket. No, I mean, you can't do that, No, it's the same camera. I think it's just a better angle of the lighting, and the connection is just pretty good. I'm glad it's crisp. That's all right. I'll be in Florida enough, that's for sure. I went for spring training, as you guys know, and now Miami within a month, so I can't complain. My brother was buying 3. Just wanted to see if you had any for sale. Thank you, though. Well, like I said, Garcia, D Garcia, listen, if I have an extra one, I will let you guys know. And we got about a week until that, so a little over a week to do that. So that's where we are at the moment. So once again, guys, let me just post it so everybody knows. Give me a second. Where is it? Where the hell did I put it? All right, give me a second, guys. All right, guys. So I'm going to put it up on a banner right now so everybody sees it. Once again, guys, $5 entry for Mets giveaway for opening day. At the moment, the poll is winning the Mets t-shirt, whichever player of your choice in black or blue, orange, whatever color you want. That's what we'll do. And of course, guys, as you always know, if you've won a thing before, a giveaway before, I always put extra stuff in there. So that's something that, as long as the magnets and the stickers that I get with the channel logo on it, which is this thing right here, I actually, it would be nice to come in time because I would like to throw some stuff in there. But if you're not in a rush, I want to make sure I put some extra stuff in there as well. So once again, $5 entry for the Mets giveaway. Again, members, you don't have to do it at all because you pay monthly for being a member. So you automatically you get 2 entries because you're a member. So that's something that we'll see. And once again, guys, I got my pen and paper right here. You give a $5 donation to the channel, super chat, or any way you donate to the channel, I get notified as soon as there's a donation to the channel. Your name will go on a piece of paper, and on opening day Thursday in the morning, I will post a video with basically the Wheel of Fortune with everybody's name in it and as many entry as each person has, and the video will tell you how to respond to get in touch with me through my email and all that fun stuff. Oh, wow, Carl. Wow. Damn. That would have been perfect. Shoot, I would have gave you the ticket, Carl. That would have been cool. That would have been great. All right, so let's get into the baseball stuff, right? We know about Tim LoCastro getting the roster spot over Darin Ruff. Thank you, God. And, of course, the rotation, David Peterson will be getting the spot that Quintana was going to fill, but David Peterson pitched extremely well throughout spring and was deserving of that rotation spot. And very interesting with the rotation, how Buck set it up for Scherzer to pitch the opening day in Miami and Verlander to pitch opening day at Citi Field. But the way they split them up, now everybody was assuming that everybody had a pretty good idea that Verlander and Scherzer was going to get split up based on making sure one of the big guns pitch on both openers. And David Peterson is number 2 in the rotation. He's pitching second, so he'll be pitching on Friday. So I will be seeing Max Scherzer on Thursday, seeing Verlander on Saturday, which is great. So Friday in Miami, David Peterson is pitching game 2 of the series, and Senga is the number 4 starter, and of course, Carlos Carrasco is the number 5. And that leaves out, obviously, Tyler McGill, who is optioned to AAA, who is going to be pitching the opening day for Syracuse Mets. And that is not shocking because they want to keep Tyler McGill stretched out just in case of an injury. He can fill the spot of any injury in that rotation. Hopefully we don't have none. And of course, I like this rotation. The way it's set up. I think David Peterson showed you in spring that he is throwing more strikes. His big issue, and I spoke about this with Grant earlier today, Peterson's biggest bugaboo or problem the last couple of years has been his walks. And with his walks has actually hurt him even though he was a big help in the rotation last year with all the injuries, he still had walk issues. And it seemed like what he did in spring training, if you watched his outings, he actually has been pitching more to contact and has been more around the plate, which is something that he had to work on. Because I don't think he would have won this spot if it wasn't for him lowering his walks. And I think that's important. If he can do that, his stuff is there. He pitches angry, and I freaking love David Peterson because he freaking pitches angry. And I love pitches that pitch angry. And again, if he can control the walks, he's a very good pitcher. And I think we're going to be very, very, very much surprised by David Peterson. And I know they wanted to split up Verlander and Scherzer. A lot of people were shocked that Senga wasn't the number 2. But what this also does, which people are really not talking about, is that it gives Kodai Senga less of an opportunity to feel a lot of pressure as the number 2 in the middle of Scherzer and Verlander. He's a number 4, which can take that pressure off of him a little bit, let him get acclimated, let him relax a little bit. I think that's really important, and I think that's another benefit of putting David Peterson number 2 because he's been around the block already. He's finally got the opportunity to start the season non-pandemic in the rotation, and I think David Peterson, I think he's going to be fine. So that's what you have to do right here with Kodai Senga, and I think it's going to be a benefit for having Senga a little bit deeper in the rotation just to take that little bit of pressure off of him. So that's the other thing. The other issue that I was talking about earlier is the fact that because Darin Ruff is DFA'd and Tim LoCastro took that spot, it kind of took away who is really going to be the platoon DH right-handed bat along with Daniel Vogelbach at DH. You know, people were commenting, oh, Tommy Pham, he didn't have a good spring, which I don't like to look too much into that. You know, I think Tommy Pham will be fine, but I don't really know how good is he going to be when he's not playing on an everyday basis and he's only playing or getting at bats when there's a lefty on the mound. I don't necessarily trust that. I think that Vientos should have got an extra roster spot. I know the Mets are probably going to keep an extra pitcher or, bullpen arm for the first probably week or 2 of the season. I haven't seen the full roster. I don't know if they decided on what rest of the bullpen arms they got. But, there was a couple of guys. I actually screenshotted it earlier. Let me just find it. Here we go. So Anthony DeComo, this was a couple of days ago. The bullpen. This is the bullpen that he's projecting. Adam Ottavino, David Robinson, Drew Smith, Brooks Raley, Tommy Hunter, John Curtis, Steven Nagosic, and Dennis Santana, who the Mets picked up, about a week ago? So, and that's something that, if you really look at it, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bullpen arms they're keeping. I don't see why you can't just keep 7 bullpen arms. Either Nagosic or Santana could actually, go to the minors. Not that much of an issue. And put Vientos on the bench and make him your right-handed DH. Our bench is Nito, Guillermo, Pham, and LoCastro. So it's like, damn, I don't know. I think that's kind of a little annoying, but they're going with the veterans on the bench. And I think Tommy Pham is going to get the nod as right-handed bat. As the right-handed DH, excuse me. Christian, yeah, I agree. Hey, member, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Listen, I get it. I do get it with eight arms in the pen, but again, are we really gonna miss Dennis Santana in this bullpen, who's probably gonna be the guy who's gonna be a long man anyway? Like, that's basically Dennis Santana. He's gonna be a long man. Like, I don't see that as something that's really necessary right now. And Steven Nagosic is good, but it's like, I mean, couldn't we just send him down? And looking at this bullpen, John Curtis, if you don't remember him, 2 years ago, he was one of the better bullpen arms in baseball, closing out games as well. And, he had the injury. And remember, the Mets signed him last offseason, even though he was going to be out the whole season, because they know how good his stuff is, and they knew he was going to come back this year. John Curtis could be a huge addition to this bullpen. And don't be shocked if John Curtis gets a few save opportunities early on over David Robinson, because John Curtis was a closer. John Curtis pitched extremely well, and the Mets really like him. They gave him a 2-year deal, even though they know that he's going to miss the entire 2022 season. That's crazy. And I think it's important that you watch out for John Curtis. He's going to be very important to this bullpen. I understand. No, I understand. I know Nogosek is out of options, but with Nogosek, if he don't have no more options, he gets picked up by another team. I think he has to stay on the roster of another team. And I don't know how many teams are going to take somebody and leave them on the roster. I think he would actually get optioned back to AAA. I don't think anybody would pick him up. So I get that, but again, I think Dennis, the problem is you don't have no long relievers except for Dennis Santana, who the Mets recently picked up. So I don't really know. I don't know. I think you could have done better, because the bench is, I don't like it that much, even though I do like Tim LoCastro over Darin Ruf. Obviously, Tim LoCastro brings a hell of a lot more to the table than Darin Ruf. Luis Guillorme is, the infielder of all utility infielders. He can play second, third, short at any given moment. Obviously, Tomas Nido is a fine backup for the Mets over Narvaez. And Tommy Pham is probably going to be a right-handed DH unless the Mets decide to, when there's a lefty on the mound, to put Escobar as the DH, Luis Guillorme at third, and that solidifies and fixes your DH issue that we thought the Mets were going to do if they would have signed Carlos Correa. Seems like the DH, right-handed DH, would have been Escobar, or at least every day with Escobar being the DH. So, yeah, Andre, I understand the fact that not giving him a lot of playing time, but the problem is that is Vientos ever going to get playing time then? Is any of these young guys going to get playing time then? Yeah, it's a part-time player, but it's a tricky spot. Don't get me wrong. I understand why the Mets did it. I'm not mad. I understand the reasoning behind it. They want them to get at bats. But at some point, you have to make a decision. No matter what, Vientos doesn't have a position. Yes, he can play a little bit of first base. Yes, he can play some third base. Yes, he can play a little bit of left field. But he's not very good at any of those positions. So it's not like he's not going to be a DH anyway. And if that's the case, what if Vogelbach struggles against right-handed hitters? Remember, he said he can't buy a fucking hit the other day in spring training game. What if he struggles? Why don't you just bring up Vientos and let him be the everyday DH over everybody else? You can do that as well. So, hey, it comes to back to the point is, did the Mets choose this roster and see this? All right, this is the team I can go to the war with. They obviously did. And I'm going to look, I think it's very hard to look at a complete roster and say, I agree with everything. I think it's very hard every year to agree with every decision they made for the last couple of spots on the roster, right? I understand that. But there is ways to go about it where Vientos could get playing time. It's not like Vientos is Darin Ruf, who can only hit left-handers and is batting under 100 against right-handers. And I don't like a platoon at DH. I think a platoon at DH is absolutely garbage. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. And I complained about this last year, and I keep on bringing up the point. If you're new to the channel or haven't heard about this when I said it, when Daniel Vogelbach last year, when we faced, I believe it was in August, Daniel Vogelback had an early, I think it was the end of August into September, had a great series against the Milwaukee Brewers. I think he was like 5 for 10 with numerous RBIs and also a home run. We faced Oakland after that in Oakland. The Athletics pitched 4 lefties in a row, and Daniel Vogelback, who is as hot can be, before that Oakland series in Milwaukee, sat all 4 games, did not start any of the 4 games because he can't hit lefties, and Darin Ruff got those starts at DH when he was terrible. So how does that benefit a team? Because if you're going into a series where they have multiple lefties or a series where they have all 3 righties, Vogelback is in that series every game. He hits 350 with a couple RBIs and a home run. And now the next series, you got 2 lefties that are pitching in the series. And now a right-hander who is cold off the bench is going to be DH in those games and not Vogelback. So the hot hitter is sitting on the bench because he can't hit lefties. Give me a DH that can hit everybody. If you can give me a 260 hitter with DH with some pop, I'm okay with that can hit righties and lefties. That's where I'm at with that. That's why I don't like the platoon. Because Vogelback can have a great series, and then next series, there's a couple of lefties that the Mets will be facing, and Vogelback could be twiddling his thumb on the bench when he was red hot. I don't like that. Shooter, it's funny. I was talking with a couple of people earlier that Ruff is going to sign either with the Phillies or the Braves, and Darin Ruff is going to hit a big home run against the Mets sometime during the season to either have a go-ahead home run or a winning home run or something like that. So, well, explosive, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think Vientos has a great opportunity and a future here because of the fact that we have the DH now. There is no reason why Vientos, who hit 27 home runs in the minors last year, who can hit righties, he's better hitter against lefties, but he can hit right-handed pitchers as well. That's why I don't understand the fact that why Vientos isn't on this roster. At the very least, he would get starts against left-handers. And I have more faith in that than a Tim LoCastro or a Tommy Pham as the right-handed alternatives. That's where I am with that. That's just the way I feel. And it just doesn't make sense to me. I get the Eppler decision with Beatty because that made more sense. They're going with Escobar, the veteran, which I agree with. I don't think it's fair to play Beatty and sit Escobar. That doesn't really make sense. Because I think Escobar is going to be better than he was last year. My only thing is, if they were going to bring up Beatty, I would have put him in left field and put Canna on the bench. But the Mets like Canna. They like Canna's on-base percentage. If you look at Canna's OPS last year, a lot of people would be shocked. He was 9th in the league in left fielders last year with an 895 OPS. If you don't know what that is on-base plus slugging. That is a huge number for a guy that a lot of people think should be a 4th outfielder for the Mets. So I understand the Beatty situation, but Vientos doesn't make a lot of sense. Andre, I agree. I think the analytics is a problem, and the Mets go with that. The platoon, listen, go around the league. Let me know where a platoon at DH works. And I'm not talking about using the DH to give guys days off. That's not what I'm talking about with platoons. I'm talking about a left-handed batter who can't hit left-handers and a right-handed batter who can't hit right-handers as your platoon at DH. It doesn't make sense. If the Mets were going to use the DH to give guys rest days on the field, I'd rather have that than having platoon at DH because it doesn't make sense. Look at the teams around the league. You know what? The Yankees, they usually DH Stanton. Occasionally, they'll give a day off to somebody and put him at the DH spot, right? You look around the league with the Braves, it was Marcell Ozuna for a little bit of time because he could have played the field. He was DHing. The Phillies, it's always Kyle Schwarber for the most part. You know what I'm saying? That having a consistent DH and not having somebody who's cold off the bench every couple of games, how can anybody get into a rhythm if you're going to be platooning those guys because they can't hit a certain pitcher? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. I don't care how much people love Vogelback, who's going to get a great ovation on opening day, but that doesn't solve the main issue is that he can't hit lefties. And if he's batting 350 over the last 5 games with RBIs and home runs, and now you got 2 or 3 lefties in a row, Tommy Pham or Tim LoCastro is going to be a right-handed bat at DH. And the hot hitter is now sitting on the bench, and a cold hitter is replacing him. Makes no sense to me. Hey, President, how you doing? Chile, what's you got a Yankee logo and you got Let's Go Mets. Oh yeah, shoot, I agree with you. I agree. You know, he's the everyday man, right? Everybody pictures Vogelback as themselves. You know, you got the dad bod. You know the guy that looks like an everyday guy going to work 9 to 5. Like that's what he looks like, and that's the way I think, and that's why people love him. You know, he looks like an everyday guy, and that's why people love him. And, you know, again, he's not a bad guy. He's a nice guy. He's a good guy. I met him in spring training. Cool guy. Am I doing a podcast again this year? What do you mean exactly? I'm sorry. Oh, okay, Shirley, no problem. No problem. Yeah, Robert, I don't know what you mean about the podcast, but are you talking about like live streams during the season? Because I'm going to be doing a lot of games during the season, live streams, a lot more than usual. I'm going to try to do probably 4 games a week. Usually I did 3 games a week. I'm going to try to do 4 or 5 a week. You know, there might be some live streams where I'm at work, but I have the audio on and you have the chat live. And, you know, I have game day up and all that stuff while I'm at work. A lot of people like that last time because the people in the chat controlled the live stream. You know, they were keeping the conversation going, which I thought was really cool. Oh yeah, Robert, I'm gonna ask Hayden if he wants to do that every Sunday and keep the name of the show. Only because the guy Mike, a good friend of mine, he got a new job. And listen, I'm not stopping anybody from making money. He wasn't expecting to get that new job. He got the new job, and it kind of messes up the show hours that we were planning. Again, life happens. People got to pay their bills. I'm never going to fault him for that. You know, it just so happened that when we were putting all this together, the times worked out, right? We were going to do Sunday 6 p.m. So, like I said, the 6 p.m. on a Sunday worked out when we were putting it together. It doesn't now because of work schedule, and that's okay. Well, Jake, I got you. I'm telling you, I'm going to do a lot more live stream this year. Even if I'm not presently here and I'm at work, I'm going to set up the live streams. Even when I'm not here, I'm going to put the audio on, and I'm going to have it set where when there's a commercial, it mutes it so I don't get copyrighted. And you'll have the audio of the game. You'll have game day up, and you guys will be controlling the live chat and being the life of the chat and life of the party, the watch party for that game. Oh, got to work on Sundays. I know a lot of people do now. You got to do what you got to do, right? Yeah, well, you know what? Friday and Saturday is not bad off days. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, President, don't worry. I'm going to talk to Hayden once I get off this stream. I'm going to ask him if he wants to be the other guy on the Shea Bridge show. And it'll be every Sunday to recap the prior week of Mets games and look forward to the Mets games after for the following week. And we'll talk about all that. And that was the way the Shea Bridge show was going to be set up. So I'm going to ask Hayden if he can do it every Sunday. Again, if the Mets play at night, you know, like an ESPN game at 7 o'clock, I'll do the Shea Bridge show earlier that day or possibly after the game. We'll see. But most likely I will actually gonna ask Hayden if he can do it. And maybe if not, I'll try to find somebody else to do it. But I'll definitely have that as a possibility. God, I hope Prescott will be healthy for the season. I don't think he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but he's a lot better than a lot of other quarterbacks, so I think he'll be okay. Who actually felt it? Damn, who was it? Oh no, shooter! I believe he plays. I'm fine with Fam. I think he's going to be fine. But with the last couple of years, including last year, he got to play every day. He won't be doing that with the Mets. I don't know how good he's going to be coming off the bench cold. That's what I worry about with him. Somebody said something that I was looking at. Somebody was like, "Oh man, hold on." The surprise team this year. I don't know. I forgot who it was. I can't find it in the chat, but it was I'm sorry. The surprise team this year. I'm trying to go down the list here. I'm trying to think of the Central. I don't see anybody. I think the Cardinals are going to win the division. Milwaukee. Oh, and I'll get to before I end the stream. I'll get to to get ready of the next couple of videos I'm going to be doing. That I finished editing all those videos. I got the season preview and predictions where I give division winners, wildcard winners with the records, win-loss records that are going to be posted on Wednesday, the day before opening day. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing I believe I'm going to try to do I'm going to do over-under, Major League Baseball over-unders, and I'm going to give my predictions for that. So you'll have a sneak peek in what I think the over-under is going to be for each team based on FanDuel's over-unders, and I'm going to pick over-under for each of the teams in Major League Baseball, and that is a little preview of what you're going to see for the season preview and predictions the day after that video, where I'm going to give the win-loss records for all the teams and division winners and wildcard winners as well, and you'll have a pretty good idea what the playoff bracket's going to look like based on my predictions. So the team that I think is going to be the surprise. Let's see. I'm looking at my list right now. Deep down, I see in my head, or in my gut, I should say, I feel like it's going to be the surprise team, the Texas Rangers, even though a lot of people probably don't think they're going to be a surprise team. Their over-under is 81.5, and I think they're going to win more than that. But I'm not going to do that because I'm still a little bitter about Jacob deGrom going to the Rangers. So I would say the Rangers based on gut feeling, but if I have to choose one, it's hard because I think a lot of the teams, I think it's a lot of set. Like I think there's, besides the NL East, I think there's 2 teams to every division that I think are contenders for their division. I think it's the Yankees and Toronto. I think it's the Dodgers and the Padres. I think it's the Cardinals and the Brewers. In the West, AL West, it's the Astros and the Mariners. In the East, I think it's, again, the Yankees and Toronto. If it's the Central, I think it's the Guardians and the White Sox. That's it. But if I have to choose a surprise team, I'm going to go with the Chicago Cubs because I like the moves they made. I love that they signed Swanson. I don't think they're going to challenge really hard for the division, but I think they could sneak into a wild card spot if one of the NL East teams that are the third place team struggle a little bit. I think the Cubs could. See, I think the NL East teams, I think they're going to be far and away at least a couple of games better than everybody else, even the third place team in the NL East. Because I think the Brewers are taking a step back. I think the Dodgers are taking a step back. So I think the Cubs can be, and I see the chat. I didn't even look at that. Yeah, the Cubs are a team that I could see easily, closely winning 90 games. Close. Yeah, again, I think, I'm surprised everywhere you looked with the over-unders, FanDuel, DraftKings, Bet65, Caesars Sportsbook, all of them have Philadelphia at 89, around 89.5. or 88.5. That's a low number to me. I'm surprised by that. But you know what? Sportsbooks usually don't get it wrong. They're usually on point with a lot of them, with a lot of these over-unders. I mean, that's only basically a game better than last year. That's a little crazy, especially with the additions they made. I think they got a little bit better in the bullpen. Their rotation is still decent. They got better with Turner. I guess, but that was even before Rhys Hoskins' injury, that 89.5. So with the Rhys Hoskins injury and the missing half the season with Bryce Harper, people think the Phillies are going to struggle for a little down, at least early on during the season. So I do think the Mets got an early advantage. We get rid of that West Coast trip early, and I think the Mets with the Marlins and the Brewers, getting them early, I think is very important. Even though the Marlins got very good pitching and their lineup is very veteran-oriented, which scares me a little bit. But the Mets, I mean, if the Mets can come out at the very least 5 and 4, I don't want to go 4. I think 4-3 is bad. If you go 5-2 on your 7-game road trip to start the season, coming home to Citi Field, I think the least, which I think is somewhat acceptable, is 4-3. But I think at the least 5-2, anything better than 5-2 going to our home opener at Citi Field is a win for us. So I do think the surprise team where people might have to watch out for is the Chicago Cubs. Because they do got good young talent. I like the Swanson signing. That's a team. Again, there's teams like the Royals who are up and coming that are trying. But again, I think a lot of the divisions are mostly between two teams throughout the league, except for the NL East. So, yeah. So, once again, guys, before I call it a night, once again, tomorrow I will be posting the MLB over-unders based on the FanDuel over-unders, and then I will give my prediction if I think it's over that or under that for each of the teams. And that is a little preview of what I will be doing for Wednesday, which is the season preview and predictions, where I give wins-loss record, division winners, wild card record, and at the end, show you the playoff bracket at the end of that. So with that said, guys, don't forget to hit on that like button before you go. Once again, guys, to be in the running for the free giveaway at the moment, it's a player t-shirt of your choice. Black shirt, blue shirt, orange shirt, whatever color shirt, whatever player you want. If you win the giveaway, you get that shirt, of course, with a little bit of a little extra in that little nice box that is going with the shirt. So it's a $5 entry for subscribers. So you can give as many entry as you want. Every time you give $5, you gain an entry every single time. And I write the names, I write how many entries. And on Thursday morning, around 10, 11 o'clock, the video will go up with the Wheel of Fortune with everybody's names in it and the amount of entries as you have. And it will be posted, and I will pin a comment stating my email to how to get in touch with me so I can get your information and what player t-shirt you want. So once again, $5 entry, as many times as you want. You got until now, until Wednesday around 5 p.m. You can donate to the channel at any moment through a super chat, or any way you donate to a channel. You can donate by giving thanks on a video that I done. You can do that. I get notified with any donation to the channel. Once you do that, I write your name down, give your entry, and then we'll go from there. Thursday around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning will be the giveaway Wheel of Fortune, and then you'll see if you won. All right, guys. So check out tomorrow. I will probably post it around 5 o'clock, and I will do a Mets Talk Live after that, so we can discuss the over-unders and everything like that. So the over-under video will probably be around 5 or 5:30 tomorrow, and that previews Wednesday season preview and predictions, where I would give win totals and loss totals for each team, division winners, and wild card teams as well. So with that said, guys, everybody, baseball is upon us. We're 3 days away from opening day 2023 with the Mets in Miami to open the season. I will be down there. And Joseph, yes, I am going to the home opener as well. I will be going to 2 games during the series in Miami. I will be meeting Ken for the first time while I'm down there in Miami on Friday, and I'm assuming we're going to be watching the Mets game while we eat some food, drink some beers, and enjoy a cool night out and watch a Mets game. So, yeah, it's going to be, I'm telling you right now, with all the transplants, New Yorkers there in Florida, and the Met fans out of there, along with the 7 line that's got 2,000 people going, I would not be shocked if you see between 10 to 15,000 Met fans there because of the fact it's opening day and it's in Florida. It's perfect. Like, it couldn't be worse for the Miami Marlins. Like, the Miami Marlins opening introductions for their team, they're going to get booed. Like, that's sad. But the hell with them. We're ready to go. Positive vibes only right now, guys. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Over-under video tomorrow, 5 or 5:30 tomorrow. Check that out before the live stream at 6 o'clock. Everybody, have a great night. 3 days away from opening day. Let's go, Mets. See you next time, guys. Have a great night. Woo! Let's go, baby. Baseball's upon us. See you next time, guys. Have a great night.
You'll find a